Welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite foods and how it applies from both the Western and Eastern standpoint for midlife and menopause, but just health in general. So in Eastern medicine, we look at food, well, all around, the food is medicine. We know that. Literally, we are what we eat. But in Eastern medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, we take it even further. So we look at not only the nutritional value of foods, but we look at the properties of the food. So we customize food to the individual and their unique pattern. So if someone's hot, we're going to cool them down. If someone's too cold, we're going to warm them up. If they're too dry, we're going to moisten. And so it's really about finding this balance. And so, if someone's too dry, we want to avoid overly drying or so often heating foods like coffee or roasted or dry roasted foods. And we're going to include more moisture-rich foods or blood-building foods like soups or broths or beets or healthy oils. And so it just helps to bring the body back to balance. So today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite foods and how you can apply it to your life. So welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Angela Warburton. I am an Eastern medicine or traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. I've been working with women and people in the clinic for over 25 years, and I really work to help women or people understand your unique body and most importantly, what to do about it. So there's always an answer. Symptoms are your body's way of letting you know what's off balance. Often it will go from just a gentle whisper to a full-on scream when we're not listening. And my work right now is primarily based on midlife and menopause because many women's bodies are screaming at them. And so my commitment is to helping you understand what's going on and what the symptoms mean, and most importantly, what you can do about it. And what you can do about it naturally with the simple things that you do every day in your kitchen and in your home and your lifestyle. So welcome. And this is my passion. I'm certainly here to serve. So what we're going to talk about today are seaweeds. And let's get to that right away. So seaweeds are an incredible group of foods. They're so nutrient dense. They are naturally high in iodine, magnesium, calcium, iron, vitamins A, D, E, K. They're higher in calcium than pound or per weight than dairy, than a lot of the things that we associate with high calcium. And it's really important that not only the calcium rich foods but the other minerals that are going to support your body in absorbing it. So it's, as so many women are suffering with bone density issues in midlife, this can be a really great way to include more in. So seaweeds are great. I'm going to tell you ways to include them later on. They have a high iodine content, so that will help in thyroid function. We want to have the right amounts, but it really helps to support the production of thyroid hormones. So that can regulate our metabolism and our energy levels. So really important with that. They are supportive for the gut health. I just did a whole series on gut health, which I'll tell you about later, but that is the foundation of literally everything. And so seaweeds contain a prebiotic fiber that nourishes the good, healthy bacteria in our system. So really supporting digestive health. We need good bacteria. We need them to be fed, and the cascade of what they produce in our bodies is like mind-boggling. So that seaweeds are directly responsible for that. And they create, if you've ever worked with seaweeds, they kind of are a little like gelatinous. So they create this, help create like a bit of a cooling and buffer on the gut lining that we need to support and prevent things like inflammation or leaky gut. They have a very anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effect as well. And they are really key for detoxifying. So they help to bind to heavy metals in the body and other toxins and get in the gut and then help get them out of the body. So there's many stages in detoxification. First step is not putting as many toxins in, and that can come from our air, from our beauty products, from our foods, pesticides, what we put on our skin and our clothes, so many different ways. Once they're in there, we can't live in a hermetically sealed bubble. So once they're in there, we want to make sure our body is putting them in a form that we can actually excrete and then excreting them. So there are many phases to the detoxification. Seaweeds are super helpful for that. From an Eastern medicine perspective, we have this very detoxifying effect, but it also helps to soften hardness. We say salt in general in seaweeds, they help to break down any kind of hardness. So hardness can show up with nodules, cysts, tumors, goiter. And so the ability to break down any kind of phlegm, often we'd say related masses, if you feel like you have something stuck in your throat, if you have those little lipomas or little tiny cysts, benign or not, in your body, seaweeds can be really helpful for helping break those down. It's a very, again, I talked about that balancing, warming and cooling foods. Seaweeds are very naturally moistening and cooling. So they help to clear extra heat from the body. So I've got a video on how to understand your tongue, but if you're someone who's got a tongue that's very, very red, maybe it's dry, maybe it's cracked, maybe it's really red along the sides, but that's a sign that there's too much heat in the body. So when we have too much heat, it can also show up in inflammation in the body. So when we have too much of that, we want to clear and detoxify. And seaweeds are we call a very yin food, which is very cooling and moistening. And so that will help to balance out some of that inflammation and heat in the body. And it also helps support fluid levels. So this is so important for so many women at midlife. We'd say it supports the yin of the kidney and liver. This is an imbalance I see a lot in midlife transitions. If you're getting chronic hot flashes, if you're dry eyes, dry skin, often there's not enough moisture and you've got too much heat in your body. Again, look at your tongue to make sure. So that cooling nature of seaweeds helps to bring that balance back and helps to balance out some of those symptoms so that it can add more moisture back to your skin and dryness. So that's really another important. So, and then that has that bit of a fluid regulation. It also helps if you're someone who has excess fluids in your body, edema, certain types of water retention. I'm not going to say it's for all of them, but certain types, it helps to support proper fluid metabolism in the body. And because it nourishes the kidney system, salty foods in Eastern medicine, I'm like 5,000 years and 2 minutes here. So if you're interested, there's ways you can go down and learn more. But it actually nourishes what we said, the kidney system. So it's not just about your functional kidneys, but the energetic system, which is really like our bank account of energy. We say we can never have too much kidney energy related to our adrenal glands. And that really is related to our vitality, our longevity, and it's essential for our hormonal balance. And so if your kidneys are depleted, you're going to get things like premature aging, premature graying of your hair, low back pain, knee pain, aching. Sometimes it will affect the ears. So if you have you're noticing that your hearing has decreased, or you get more of a low grade chronic ringing in your ears, that can be a sign that this system is off balance. And so we want to do things that are going to nourish and support that system so that you live for a long time and you have a lot of vitality. Another part of the benefits is that detoxing and getting rid of the heavy metals. It also has an amazing ability to chelate. It's got a chelating properties to it, which means it binds to heavy metals, but also radioactive particles in the gut and promotes safe excretion. So I've worked in integrative cancer care pretty much my entire career. I worked at an integrative cancer center working alongside Western medicine doctors, nutritionists, naturopaths, sound therapists, just very integrated. And I would treat a lot of people who had gone through radiation, and the radiation can build up in the body. So seaweeds have this beautiful ability to help the body excrete excess radiation. So it's an important thing to do to add in. So they're super, super beneficial foods, powerhouses, chock full of nutrients and also health building properties. You definitely want to use them in moderation. So excess is, we have a tendency, more is better, and that's not always the way. So proper consumption of them. Excessive iodine, you don't want that because it can disrupt thyroid function if you're prone to that. So be careful of that. That's where if you're taking things in more of a concentrated form, you can see that. But if you're including and infusing seaweeds into your daily life, you probably won't come up against that. So you can add it into your soups. You can add it into stews. I had a little bone broth drink that I'll add seaweeds into, and you can do a vegan bone broth as well. And these are all part of my gut course as well with the recipes. Just adding them in can be really helpful. You can make a seaweed salad. If you can get nori, which is the wraps that see if you've had sushi that they roll in, you can make little sandwiches out of nori. You can just eat seaweeds on as snacks. So there's lots of ways you can sneak them in. If you don't love the strong taste, putting them into broths or soups, they kind of get lost in there. They add a natural saltiness to the soups, and then you'll get the goodness because it will infuse into the broth, but you don't have to eat them if you don't like them. I happen to love the taste, but if you don't like them, then that's another way to get it in. So you can combine them with healthy fats, like fish is really nice to combine it with some different, sesame oils or things like that if you're making a seaweed salad. And if you boil them, that will reduce some of the iodine levels for anyone who's sensitive to it. So if this is interesting to you, you might actually want to check out my gut course. It really looks and helps you understand how the gut is the foundation of everything that we do, mental health, joint pain, if you're getting that. It has obviously digestive health, inflammation in the body. It is the root. And if our gut is not healthy, then we are going to be having so many ripple effects from there. And seaweeds, I include them in a lot of the recipes that I have in there. So if you're interested in knowing more on how to integrate more of these in, I have a coupon code for you. Anyone who's watching my videos, you can actually get the course with a bit 20% off. And if you are interested in more stuff like this, hit like, give me your recommendations. I'm always providing very holistic information to help support you through this midlife transition. So forward to anyone that you think would be that would benefit from this. And yeah, I hope this was really helpful and you enjoyed it. Okay, thanks for being here. Have a great day or evening. I will see you next time.